Hello Americans channel. This video is made by free videos from Storyblocks, and these images and video we use just for explanation, and it's free use also.
He started disinfecting everything at 2 a.m. What his sister found in the kitchen changed how the family saw him. When Lina woke up in the middle of the night, she thought the noise was just the refrigerator humming, but as she stepped into the hallway, a sharp chemical smell hit her throat. It was strong, stronger than any normal cleaning product. The kitchen light was on, and someone was inside. Her younger brother stood at the sink wearing a hoodie, gloves, and a respirator mask, the kind used for toxic fumes. He sprayed disinfectant across the counters, cabinet handles, and even sealed food containers stacked by the stove. It was 2:07 a.m., and he had school in 5 hours. At first, Lina assumed he was cleaning up a spill, but as she watched, she realized he was moving methodically. Spray, wipe, seal, repeat. Fresh groceries sat in a pile. Apples, onions, packaged food, all being wiped down before being placed into labeled plastic bags. He wasn't cleaning, he was decontaminating. On the fridge door, a handwritten checklist had been taped in neat block letters. Wash hands for 30 seconds before touching surfaces. Disinfect packaging. No outside shoes beyond entry mat. Mask required if coughing. The paper was dated 3 days earlier. No one else in the family had noticed it. When Lina finally asked what he was doing, he froze. For a moment, he looked like a child caught doing something wrong. Then he quietly said, "You don't know what's on things anymore." His voice trembled. He wouldn't explain further. Later, Lina learned there had been a health scare at his school. Not an outbreak, but a rumor. A student had fainted in class. Someone whispered it was a contagious illness. Within hours, group chats filled with speculation, worst-case scenarios, and misinformation. He read every message. He believed the worst of them. Search history on the shared computer told the story, symptoms lists, contamination survival times, videos about invisible pathogens lingering on surfaces for days. He had stopped touching doorknobs with bare hands. He stopped eating food he hadn't personally washed. He stopped sleeping well. That night, unable to rest, he came to the kitchen to make it safe. He later admitted he had replayed every moment of his day, every surface he touched, until the anxiety became unbearable. Cleaning felt like control. Control felt like survival. On the counter sat a bottle of juice he hadn't opened. He had sprayed and wiped the outside, but he refused to drink it. When she asked why, he whispered, "What if it seeped in?" That was the moment she realized this wasn't caution, it was fear. The next morning, the family sat down together. No accusations, no teasing, just questions. Gentle ones. He admitted he felt responsible for keeping everyone safe. If something happened, he believed it would be his fault for not doing enough. He had been carrying that weight alone. A counselor later explained that sudden health fears can trigger intense anxiety, especially in teens exposed to constant alarming information online. The urge to sanitize everything wasn't irrational to him. It was his way of protecting the people he loved. Once the family understood that, everything shifted. They agreed on simple, reasonable hygiene rules everyone would follow. They limited late-night internet spirals. They reassured him that safety didn't depend on one person's vigilance. Gradually, the mask disappeared, then the gloves. Then the 2 a.m. cleaning stopped. Weeks later, she found the checklist in the trash. At the bottom, in tiny writing, he had added a line no one had noticed before: "Keep them safe." From the outside, it looked strange, a teenager in protective gear disinfecting groceries in the middle of the night. But inside that kitchen was something far more familiar: fear, responsibility, and the quiet ways people try to protect those they love. Sometimes the real story isn't what someone is doing, it's what they're afraid of losing.